Good morning and welcome back to another edition of Gary's Movie Emporium. Today is February 22nd. It's a Monday, and today I've got about 22 titles. One of them's a double. I just discovered it as I stacked it up, but I said, well, at least that way I'll let someone know I have a double of it. So let's get started this morning on what I got. First off the top here is The Last Whistle. It's a football movie. Guy on a coach on a cover kind of looks a little bit like Robin Williams. I'll let you look to see what you think. He kind of looks like Robin Williams if his goatee grew out and his hair got a little longer. This is a vertical entertainment release here. It's PG from 2018. Basically, it's about a high school football coach named Victor Trenton. He's beloved by his hometown and as a father figure to his team. When an all-star player collapses during an intense practice, all eyes turn to the storied head coach. Instead of mollifying the situation, he tries to push the team to continue their winning streak rather than dealing with the collapse of his players. Now, with the player's mother pressing charges, the coach must decide if his reputation, his career, and his livelihood are worth its pride. So, this is going to be a dramatic one here. Probably a lot in the vein of like Friday Night Lights. Probably, I don't know, maybe less, less buffoonery maybe, but it's going to have probably a lot of dramatic moments, I'm guessing. Kind of controversial. Coach doesn't really want to address this player collapsing. I can see why the parents would be mad, but some of these coaches, they don't care about someone's health. They just care about winning and things of that nature. I've seen it in my area where I live. Coaches only care about winning. I played on a baseball team, and we had a rivalry with a team that did not like us, and vice versa. And their coach was like very mean spirited, like this guy kind of is in this, I guess. But it shows it does happen, and that's The Last Whistle. It's rated PG, so it shouldn't be too bad. 87 minutes, and it's in color, of course. Looks like it could be a good one. It comes complete with a slip. And then next I got Tiger Chen, stars in Kung Fu Traveler, Journey to the Past, and Save the Future. First I thought it might be CGI. That's what it looked like. Well, some of it might be CGI. It looks kind of interesting. It's from Cinedigm. Cinedigm tends to be in a lot of the wave. 2.0 stereo and 5.1 Dolby Digital, 99 minutes. Language is Mandarin. Okay, Mandarin is in 5.1 and English is at 2.0. Well, either way, as long as you get it in English, for me, I'm happy with that. But, it's kind of interesting. I didn't see anybody pick this one up yet or see it around. But, Kung Fu Traveler. But then again, I don't really watch a lot of videos anymore. Because winter being here, I don't have the time. I've even had to give up a wrestling podcast for the time being until I get things back in order. It's nothing they did. It's just so limited time between me babysitting and, and things of that nature. And I showed this in yesterday's video, but this one is without a slip. It stars Liv Collins, Adam Sebold, and Rye Barrett. Dead Sight, you'll never see them coming. Got this again. So this too is an extra. It's from RLJE Films. I guess it's starting to say RLJ Entertainment. Used to just saying RLJ, but it must be implying that now. The E. 82 minutes. 178 by 1. 5.1 Dolby Digital. And it says it's not rated. So I don't know if it's going the unrated route here with this, because it's a little violent, or that's just, the way it came out on disc. It's Dead Sight. Let's look at the back. Not too bad of a film. Could have been a little better, but a little slow here and there, but still entertaining enough to, you know, not have to turn it off or whatever, get sick of it. And then I got a movie, two feature film set here for Tarzan. Has Buster, I think it says Crab, and Glenn. Yeah. Oh, Glenn Morris. Okay. I couldn't see it because of the Kmart. And oh, yeah, and this is a Kmart exclusive as well. Pretty happy to have that. Seeing Kmart is pretty much, or is pretty much a no-go anymore. Comes with Tarzan the Fearless and Tarzan's Revenge. It's from Echo Bridge. Clocks in at 155 minutes between the two titles. It's black and white on both, I'm assuming. First one, like I said, stars Buster Crabbe, Jacqueline Wells, Eddie Woods, and Misha Auer. And the second one, Tarzan's Revenge, stars Glenn Morris, Eleanor Holm, Haida Hopper, and George Barber. Tarzan the Fearless was directed by Robert Hill, 1933, 85 minutes. And Tarzan's Revenge was directed by D. Ross Letterman, 1938. And that clocks in at just a hair over an hour, so it explains the kind of the short length between the two. So they're not even like 2.5 hours, something like that, between the, you know, two of them. Just look at the back. Pretty happy to have that, even though I'm kind of fed up with I mean, this is one of the originals, but at this point, I'm just kind of tired of the Tarzan remakes, and I don't know. About the best one that I like is the animated one, and like Tarzan, Graystroke. Some of the earlier ones, I did not really care for the remake that starred the actor who played in True Blood. I didn't really care for that. I didn't like the bit of raunchy humor in it, in that one scene with a gorilla and Samuel L. Jackson. I liked Samuel L. Jackson in it fine, but I didn't like the the line with the genitalia. I just thought it was kind of cringy. I don't know. But let's get started on the next one here. It's Meet the Master Again. Kevin Chang, Cecilia Han, IP Man, Season 1. Another Cinedigm title. 471 minutes on this one. 2017. Mandarin language only. There is subtitles, so don't fret if you don't want it because it doesn't have English dub or anything, but you can watch it with subtitles, which is fine, but I prefer dubbed myself. It's just my take, I don't ask anyone else to prefer it or anything, but I prefer my, kind of like all out there for me, so I don't have to take focus off the movie. Sometimes subtitled movies kind of are a distraction for me, because sometimes when they do the subtitles, they do them so fast that you can't keep up with them. Like, it's like you get ready to about 3/4 of the way done, and that's like, bam, it's like you missed the last part of what they said, or I don't know. I just wish they dubbed these, honestly. But happy to have Season 1 here, and I think I might have gotten this one before, but that's IP Man Season 1. Here's a look at the back. And then I got this. I know I have it on a compilated disc, but I wanted to get it as a single. I think I said something to Larry and Melissa about it, and they said I had it in the compilated one, I think. But I don't know. I think it would be better quality by itself, so I thought maybe I'd just get it solely here. The game goes from legal to lethal. Bloodshot. This is a Inception Media Group release with a Rocket Punch Productions. It's a film by Drew Thomas called Bloodshot. Jonah's search for answers about his brother's death leads to the shadowy underworld of a hyper-reality show with eye-casting. Users place contact lenses with a camera on their eyes and broadcast everything they do. The more followers these reality stars can draw, the more sponsors and more money they can acquire. This race for ratings spawns casinos, where gamblers bet on people's life events, where unscrupulous producers spice up the action with contestants who cross the line from legal to lethal, while Jonah becomes the next casualty or the next killer star. It's kind of cool. It kind of has that Running Man feel to it a little bit, with the people betting and watching at home and cheering on people. It kind of, I mean, I'm sure it's not even in that league, but I get the vibe of it being like that movie. So if you were like the Running Man in movies like that, there's no reason why you shouldn't like this one unless it's really corny or cheesy, maybe. Clocks in at 105 minutes, 16 by 9 widescreen, and is in digital 5.1 surround sound in this one. So hopefully it's better quality than the compilated one. I don't know if Echo Bridge had done that one, but this is from a different company, it says. So maybe they can do a little better, with it being a single movie as opposed to part of a bonus pack. And that's Bloodshot. And I don't know if this is a horror film. I'm guessing it is because it does have a Ouija board. And I did say Ouija. I don't like to call it Ouija because when I see the word Ouija, it looks like it says Ouija to me, not Ouija. I Am Zozo. Will I Die? Special features, very limited here. Featurette behind the scenes. An interview with actor Darren Evans, and that's basically it. And RLJ Entertainment here, 5.1 Dolby Digital, 90 minutes on this one, 178 by 1. It does have the RLJentertainment.com link that you can go to find out more about their titles. Apparently this takes place on Halloween night. 5 teens decide to liven up the party with some innocent fun by summoning the spirits. At first, it's all nervous laughter and scoffing. Then the night takes a sinister turn. And I'm not going to read the rest because we all pretty much know what direction it's going to go, and that's down, where everybody in the social gathering is going to probably bite the bullet in this one, all but maybe one person. I'd assume maybe 4 out of the 5 die. Or it could be the way movies are going lately, they all die. Like there's no survivors, and then, in the sequel they talk about what happened or something. I like the cover here with the ripped Ouija board. Kind of has that, kind of like that 80s, 70s, 80s kind of look to it on the cover. With the eye there and everything. Kind of has that Italian cover look to it a little bit, I think, from like the older Italian horror films, I think. And it's got the writing that kind of looks old school as well. But really happy to get I Am Zozo. And then next up, I wasn't sure if I got this one. I think I might have before. It stars Rowan Smith, Matt Lindquist, Wilford Brimley, God rest his soul, Jeremy London, William McNamara, and Tom Sizemore. Miracles happen. I believe with God, all things are possible. A lot of spiritual stuff in this wave as well. Not that that's a bad thing, but I think a lot of that has turned a lot of the people that do hunts off. I don't know, maybe not so much these, but movies like these, because I do know a number of people went out to their stores. They said they could have picked stuff up, and they simply just did not like what was in stock, and I understand that 100%. Because there was some stuff I could have left there, but I'm like, but I don't have it. It might not be too bad. If it was on the fence, I figure, like Cool Duder says, you really can't go wrong for $1. It's a faith-friendly film that's Dove approved. It's 5.1 surround sound. 2017, clocks in at 90 minutes. 16 by 9, aka widescreen. Screensaver entertainment. It does have a free special features, scene selection, trailer optioning, and English subtitles option. That's, I believe. I hear that name of that movie, I think of that song by Creed. I think it might be a line, or maybe it's a song. I'm not sure. Something about, he says something about believe. Might be my sacrifice. But that's, I believe, and like I said, I kind of get why people didn't really like this wave at times, because it didn't really scream by me as much as some. Wonderful, inspiring, says the Dove Foundation, and they gave it 5 Dove seals of approval. Probably pretty good though, and it'd be one of your last chances probably to see Wilford Brimley in these Dollar Tree waves, because I haven't seen him in much of anything on any of this, any of these movies. And then next up, perfect set here for the hopefully soon incoming summer soon. The 8 Kids Film Collection, Dog Days of Summer. It has Robo-Rex, I Love Shaky, which I have solely, Lucky Dog, Nick and Tristan Go Mega Dega, Doggy B, It's a Zoo in Here, Smitty, and My Magic Dog. And these are all dog films here. This is e1films.com compilated disc here from 2015, also from Phase 4. Very good company. I highly praise them. I think they do good for what they have to work with. I think they do really good with the indie scene, even with these kids movies. They're all 5.1, but My Magic Dog, that's 2.0, and I don't know if maybe that's because I was an older one, maybe, or something. They're all rated PG, but Nick and Tristan Go Mega Dega is rated G. It's a Zoo in Here is not rated, and My Magic Dog is rated G. They all pretty much are about an hour and a half. The only ones that aren't really close to that is can't see that one. I don't know. There's like 3 of them that are. One's 102 minutes, another one's 76 minutes, and Doggy B is 82 minutes. The rest are either 90 minutes or above, so you get a lot of bang for your buck with this set. You get, pretty much full feature lengths here, and film choice out of 8 movies. There's a look at the back, and that basically tells a little bit about each film in this set. Really happy to have that. I got a lot of dog movies between now and 2 or 3 waves ago. There's been a lot of dog compilated things. I probably have pretty much every dog film that's come out. I just keep getting them. Then I was happy to get this. I didn't even notice until yesterday late afternoon. I went through this box to see what I had for today's video, and I got something starring a film here starring Orson Welles and Ivo Payer, David and Goliath, 3 bonus movies inside. The Battle Between Kings. And this is, like I said, this proves my point about the spiritual part of the wave. These are very rampant throughout. Echo Bridge Acquisitional Group released this. Black and white and color. All 4 movies actually on this, because you get David and Goliath, Martin Luther, Hill Number 1, and I Beheld His Glory. Yeah, Martin Luther's quite long. I would have thought that would have been a shorter one, but Hill Number 1 is is the second shortest one on here. I Beheld His Glory is 53 minutes. So really, in my eyes, you're really getting 3 movies in total, not really 4. But can't go wrong with that. And like I said, Orson Welles stars in the main feature, David and Goliath. And there's a look at the back. I don't mean to go all spiritual with this video this morning. It's just what's out there. I was really happy to get this. Probably one of the better ones in today's video. Hey Dude, 2-disc set, Season 2. It's a Shout Factory, Viacom, 1989 to 1990. The package design was done by Samantha K. Panaccio. You can go to shoutfactory.com to find out more about titles such as this. Program running time is 5 hours on this one. Apparently it ran on Nickelodeon from 1989 to 1991. This was when Nickelodeon was trying to do something different when everybody else was kind of just sticking with animation in the morning, and they were starting to go with the live action stuff with little kids and the teenage area group, between like anywhere from like 12 up to 15 or so, that age group. Basically, it's about city-born rancher Benjamin Ernst and his herd of teenage help return to the Barn on Ranch for another summer of desert dust-ups and adventures. Has a slew of episodes on here. I'm not seeing how many it has in total, because they really don't go into detail too much, but it's got to have quite a few episodes. I can't remember if this is probably a half-hour show, I'm guessing. Kind of like, I think Saved by the Bell was kind of like that, too, if I remember right, but try to get a better look at it without the glare. That's Hey Dude Season 2. I want to say I got one of the other Hey Dudes, either Season 1 or 3 or something, but I'm not sure. And then next up, I got a movie here that really rips off Blades of Glory. It starred Nick Frost, Rashida Jones, Chris O'Dowd, and Ian McShane. It's called Cuban Fury. All's Fair in Love and Salsa. I mean, it doesn't really copy it with what they're doing, but the cover really screams Blades of Glory to me. At least that's the vibe I got from it when I seen this. It's rated R. Studio Canal, 5.1 Dolby Digital. Does have English English subtitles for, I believe, the hearing impaired. 98 minutes, 16 by 9, 2 by 40 by 1. Studio Canal comes out with some pretty cool stuff, so there should be no reason why this should be any different. Bonus features, behind the scenes, featurettes, how to dance salsa with Nick Frost. That ought to be funny. Q&A with Nick Frost. So he goes all out for this movie. He puts it over more or less. He's a funny actor. I like him in pretty much everything I see him in. He might have had a clunker or two. I know he played in that AMC show. I can't remember what, the Badlands. I can't believe he really, was able to do the rigors of that show, because it demanded a lot of walking, and I mean, he's not exactly a small man. And I give him a lot of credit for trying to. I mean, even if he's not doing the fighting and scenes and stuff in the show, he did a really good job into the Badlands, I thought, for how much weight he's put on. And I really think pretty much anything he's in is really well done. He was really good in Shaun of the Dead and Owl. I don't know if he's in Hot Fuzz, but I know he's in a number of can't think of his I can't remember his name. His little buddy that always plays and stuff too. But it's Cuban Fury. Looks pretty cool. I'm going to try something different today here. Normally I put the Blu-ray at the end. I think today I'm going to put them in the middle. This movie stars James Badge Dale, Brian Garrity, Patrick Fisher, Happy Anderson, Robert Aramayo, Gene Jones, and Chris Mulkey. From the producer of Bone Tomahawk. Bone Tomahawk got a lot of praise when it came out, so if their producers are responsible for this, like they were with Bone Tomahawk, there's no reason to think this shouldn't be maybe on that level. The Standoff at Sparrow Creek. Nail-biting, captivating thriller. It's a slash film. Filmed by Henry Dunham. And it has this really like book feel to the cover. It kind of feels like an old book cover. Kind of like a little bit like the cover to Pearl Harbor in a way. Really like the look of the Pearl Harbor set they had back in the day. Kind of had that booklet feel to it. English language, of course, 89 minutes. It's from RLJ Entertainment. 5.1 master audio. 240 by 1 widescreen presentation, of course. And like I said, it does have a rljentertainment.com link on the back, so if you wanted to find out more about titles that they have, you can look at that. There's a mass shooting at a police funeral. Reclusive ex-cop Gannon realizes that the killer belongs to the same militia he joined after quitting the force. Knowing the police will be closing in on them, Gannon quarantines his fellow militiamen in a remote lumber mill. There he sets out about a series of grueling interrogations intent on ferreting out the killer and turning him over to the authorities to prevent further bloodshed. So, could have did a little better with the synopsis. Kind of, still don't. I mean, you kind of know what it's about, but it's not really real informative. I mean, I guess it's good that it doesn't give away the movie, but I don't know. I would have went a different direction. I need to get something to drink. My throat's a little dry this morning. Yeah, we picked up some cherry vanilla Coke. Had a pretty good sale on it. I believe it. Yeah, Price Chopper. So if you're looking for a soda sale right now, I'm sure that's going on across the continental United States. Price Chopper has a pretty good sale. I don't know if it's 4 for $10 or 3 for $10, which is a pretty good price. Or it might be 4 for $12, something like that. It's pretty cheap. I mean to go all beverages on you here. Next up is a Nicolas Cage film, A Score to Settle. Much like the last one I showed in the Blu-ray, it has the same feel. Like the art, like you would have swore Bob Ross did this cover. Because I mean, it's really artistic. Noah LaGrosse, Carolina Widra, Mohammed Karim, and Benjamin Bratt. You see Benjamin Bratt pop up and stuff from time to time. Yeah, and it's got this like really, and it's got this like really like book feel to it. See what I mean? When it's like almost looks like a Bob Ross painting or something. The cover here, an RLJ Entertainment. They've been really rampant in this wave as well. RLJ. Story and character feature on the set and Sins of the Father features. Wow, excuse me. 235 by 1, 5.1 master audio, 104 minutes. I think this came from Canada. It does have a Canadian logo right there. So, beware if you don't, you want them strictly from the States, or whatever, because I know sometimes people don't like, releases that aren't domestic, I don't know. I don't care either way myself, but I do know there are people that are sticklers for stuff that are, here and not, from somewhere else, especially with COVID going on and stuff. Frankie Carver is released from prison after serving 19 years of hard time. With only a short time left to live, Frankie must desperately try to make amends with his son he left behind. while he plots a bloody course of revenge, tracking down his old gang to make them pay one by one. I think I was going to watch this at one point. I really like the art on this, but I think I was going to watch this at one point, and I think I might have found a DVD or something of it. But this is the Blu-ray this time around. Wonder if the DVD had a slightly cover, and a slightly different cover, and I didn't notice. It's possible. And then I got Luke Grimes, Robert Taylor, James Batch Dale, and Frank Grillo. I was happy to see that he was in this. Frank Grillo, he's a really good actor. I'm gonna go out on record and say this is probably an RLJ Entertainment one too. I'll look in a minute. It's called Into the Ashes. From the fire, vengeance will rise. Yeah, it was an RLJ Entertainment. That actor right there, I want to say he plays on Yellowstone on the Paramount Network. Sins of your past will find you. With an honest job and a loving wife, Nick Brenner believed he had safely escaped his violent criminal history, but his old crew hasn't forgotten about him or the money he stole. When they take what Nick now values most, his wife, he has nothing left to lose. So they think he's got the money, or maybe he does. I don't know. Now they want their cut, or they want it back, and looks like it could be an actioner here. I want to say that guy right there is the guy who played on Yellowstone. 97 minutes on this. English language, of course. 5.1 master audio. 240 by 1. Couple of special features. Nothing to write home about. Pretty basic, but still it's pretty cool to have. I don't know what it is with this wave too. It's like they have all of these like book cover like feels to them, like this. They're all three of those movies were like very similar in texture. The covers. I had a sticker coming up, and I didn't want it when I put slip back in. I didn't want it to catch on the slip. I'm putting it back in wrong. But I just wanted to make sure that was not going to snag on the slip and rip, pieces of cardboard off or whatever. But Into the Ashes. Back to Blu-ray or DVDs here. I got a BBC Ripper Street Season 3. It's a 3-disc set. Gets a 5-star rating from the Times. This is on BBC too, by the way. Nearly clocks in at 500 minutes. Don't know if this is going off the lore of Jack the Ripper. I think that's what the whole purpose behind this show is maybe to get to Jack the Ripper. Or there's a guy that does Jack the Ripper style murders, and these guys are like modern day like Sherlock Holmes and Watson kind of thing going on here. 16 by 9. NTSC, of course. This is, gonna play in anybody's DVD player, so no need for concern, because this was, like I said, this was on BBC America, so I remember seeing one or two of the episodes. That's my problem. I'll get watching an episode or two, and then more shows will come out, and then I'll never revisit them, and I feel like I have to go back and watch what I did watch. But there's just so many shows that come out, like I can see why some shows ratings tank, because there's too many shows that kind of collide with each other. There's like too much variety. And I watched this one last night. Yeah, this is the one I'd be giving away for, trading if somebody wanted. But it's this is the one I watched last night, Beyond the Sky. Since this has already been opened. Excuse me. This isn't a bad sci-fi film. I just wish it would have been more about the alien abductions and less about the setup to the visit from these aliens. Does have the villain who played in Jurassic Park 2, like I said in the last video about the little dinosaur that run after him, and then he'd turn around and kind of run at it, and then it'd take off, and then it went and got a bunch of other ones. He's in it. He plays the father of Chris Norton in this film. He believes his wife has been abducted by aliens. It turns out that's the case, from what I'm seeing, or what I did watch, when I watched it. Apparently, Emily, the main girl in this, is having a 28th birthday, and I don't know if they come back every 7. I think this is what it said. I don't really think they might have said it in the movie, but they didn't really say it a lot. Apparently, it comes back every 7 years to visit her. I don't know if it's because it abducted her and like wants to do testing on her like every 7 years. It does have special features. Interview with Travis Walton, alien abductee. I wonder if that's... Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's saying, and author of Fire in the Sky. I thought maybe they might have been trying to go for that in this. But it's nowhere on the level of Fire in the Sky. I'm just going to tell you that right now. It's probably one of my favorite alien abduction movies is Fire in the Sky. Had to... what was his name? I can't remember his name. He played in the movie Tank with Jenny Lee Harrison. I think that was her name, from Three's Company. I want to say Darren McGavin. That's not it, though. Shoot, I can't think of his name. He played in the Maverick movie and reboot movie they did. Like, I think he played Maverick at some point. I can't remember. It's not a big deal, but it is when I'm trying to explain to you. But it doesn't really matter. But Beyond the Sky I watched, and those are two the ones they copy that I can trade, and one I'm gonna keep. And then we got 4 more here. Well, I guess I must have did them a little bit out of order. Casper Van Dien, Bruce Boxleitner, and Ernest Borgnine, A Dead Man's Hand, Aces and Eights. 3 bonus movie set here. Yeah, I thought that was Casper Van Dien. Blue Steel, starring John Wayne. Oh, wow, I didn't know that. Daughters of Joshua Cabe, starring Buddy Ebsen, which I'm happy about that as well. A couple of actors that have passed on. And I Will Fight No More Forever. I'm kind of getting to the point where I'm getting a little numb from that one. Starring Sam Elliott and James Whitmore. Ernest Borgnine stars in the main movie here with Casper Van Dien and Aces and Eights. Sonar Entertainment, 87 minutes, widescreen presentation. These compilated discs, don't let people fool you when they say they're bad quality. I think it all more like depends on how old it is more than anything. And if that's their source for putting it on here, I mean, you can't really expect them to remaster it. I mean, unless you really want to pay big money. I don't really think they're that bad of quality. My only complaint was one time I watched, like a couple days ago, I watched, I think it was Nightmare in Wax, I think it was, from like 1969. And my only problem with it was so much the quality as much as it was the audio. It was like 1 minute it'd get kind of loud and then the next it would get really low. And I had to mess with the settings just to understand what people were saying. But I don't know if it was a defective movie or if that's just the way it was transitioned to disc for Echo Bridge. But pretty happy to have this. I don't have the one with Aces and Eights being the main feature, and I picked it up. It's from 2016, some color and black and white, and nearly 320 minutes on that one. And I think my wife got this for my son to have in the car because we bought him a portable DVD player, especially when we go on these long hunts out of town. We pop it in for him, and then he's able to, watch the movie. And hopefully, when he gets a little older, he'll get more into it. It's a Warner Brothers Home Entertainment Academy Award nominated animation. And it has all these guys in it here. All these classic animated characters. Dual layer format, 109 minutes. It's got about 10, 11 well, let's see. Actually, it has 13 episodes on here. Trying to see if there's a year. It does say 2007 King Features, so I don't know if this is when it got all compilated and made it to disc. I don't think this is from 2007. This looks a little bit newer than that. But still, could have sat around for a while too, being classic characters such as this. But I'm going to put this with the set that, or the movies that we got for my son for the long rides to the store. I must have forgot this one. Really happy about this. I like the slipcover that has for it. It's the worldwide box office phenomenon. A Timo Varensola film, Iron Sky, The Reich Strikes Back. Has a free app for Watch the Invasion, E1. Download E1 Plus now from your app store and point your device at cover. Right there, it tells a little bit about it there in a little orange. Wish I wouldn't have put it on the slip, but what can you do? Bonus, making of featurette, behind the scenes footage, teasers and theatrical trailer, audio commentary with producer and director, English and German language, subtitle English, 93 minutes. High definition 2 by 35 by 1, 5.1 Dolby Digital with a master audio. Pretty cool slip here, if I do say so myself. You see how it kind of shines there? It kind of looks like metallic up there by the name Iron Sky. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, see how it right there? Iron Sky. There's a look at the back. It does have some metallic going on the back as well. I didn't notice that. Yeah, you can see it there. See, really cool slip. I really like this one. That and which one was it here? Oh, that and Hey Dude Season 2 are probably my favorites in this deck that I did so far. And then finally, I got the last movie here. This has a big endorsement from Cold Looter. He said it was really good. It's called Galveston. Stars Ben Foster and Elle Fanning. What was her name? Elle Fanning being the kid sister of Dakota Fanning, I believe. I think that's her name. A thrilling powerhouse, says Movie Web. It's from the creator of True Detective. Stars Lily Reinhart, Robert Aramayo, and Bill Bridges as well. Not just Ben Foster and Elle Fanning here, but RLJ Entertainment again. A Low Spark Films produced this. Says it's from Gene Dumanian Productions as well. Fanning is electric from start to finish as Den of Geek. Foster gives a career best performance as Movie Web. I have used Movie Web before. I was using them probably back before most people were. Special features, the making of Galveston. And that's pretty basically about it. I can't really read what it's about because the sticker's like halfway over the back there. But that concludes the haul this morning. I think like I said, there's about 22 titles in this. I'm doing around the 20 title amount. Otherwise, I don't get to talk about them much. If I go much over that, you're looking at an hour, and I don't want to do that. But thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for the comments. Please feel free to leave any comments below. Please share, like, and subscribe. Ding the bell for notifications. And stay tuned for the channel, because I just did an upgrade with the channel trailer. I don't know if anybody's seen that, but you can go into my channel, inner part of my channel and look at the trailer. It's your leisure. I don't care, you know, whenever you can do it or whenever you're able to. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in the next part of the wave.